Okay, so welcome back to my plan with me for May. I can't believe it's May already. I can't believe this is my fourth plan with me. I am changing things up a little bit this month. Obviously, if you like what you're seeing, then click on the like and maybe leave me a comment. You know, show me what you're doing in your journals, because it's always very exciting to see what everyone else is doing. And yeah, so we're going to change it up a little bit this month. So I got lent a book on colours and planning. So I quite liked the blue and the green and the yellow on this one, and it also seemed a little bit joyful with it being May. I can't believe this has been my fourth plan with me now. So I used that to create a journal plan. So I can look at the colours, then I put my washi tape colours together with it, and I also got some pens. So you may see from another one of my shorts, I got 100 Crayola Super Tips, which is quite exciting. So for this one, I went through and I checked all the colours of all of the greens, the blues and the yellows, and I tried to find out what would work best. So I found the ones that matched the best, and along with the washi tapes that matched the best. Anyway, so let's get on. So this month's quote is from Finding Dory, that also encompasses the colours that we've got. And it's one of my favourite quotes, just keep swimming. And we've got a colouring sheet with some fish on it. I didn't have an awful lot of time to work out the colouring sheet this month, because I tried to start doing a little bit more doodling, which we'll see a little bit later on. So I'm going to put May 2024 in here. I'm going to start choosing another book soon, so that's going to be quite exciting. Whether I go for this one again, I don't know. It's been nice, but, you know, maybe I want to try something a little bit different. I carried on with my writing as I normally do, and then I've decided to draw in banners around it, sort of arrow banners. So one side's going to be in yellow, and then the other side is going to be in blue. It's just nice to do different things, and I'm getting really into drawing now, which was the other book my friend lent me. So yeah, I'm starting to get into a lot more of these kinds of things. So whereas before I felt like when I started it was all about the drawing, because I've started with my stickers, I've kind of got into a theme of doing my journal, and now it's just a case of building it with what I want to do with it. So basically I can do my own drawing, but there's no pressure to do drawing. As I say, not everyone's going to see it. I mean, I don't mind showing mine off, even though my drawing is terrible. But, you know, it's all a learning curve, and we're all on a learning practice run. So I've also decided to, as I'm into my drawing at the minute, I'm going to put in some reeds and some stones. So I'm drawing them firstly in pencil, because I like to make sure that I've got it right before I draw over it in fine liner. I've also got a new fine liner, and I'll let you know what that is in the comments below, because you'll find as we go along, when I colour over the fine liner, the pen doesn't run anymore. So I'm very excited that I found that on the first go. I've been looking for a while for one that doesn't do that. I also decided to do a freehand plant in pen on the other side, so there's the impulsive side coming out again. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to colour them in. Now I have like 11 billion different coloured pens in 11 billion different colours. You know, let's get radical and let's use them all at the same, well, not all at the same time, but, you know, we can be a little bit more interesting by what we draw and what colours we use in our journal. And the upside is these don't go through the page, which is what I was worried about. So therefore I can colour in with them. I can't do it in my work journal because it does go through the page, but for these ones the colours don't bleed through. So I'm very excited about that, and my new fine liners. It's been a really good month for finding a good set of pens, I found. So, you know, not all is lost. And it'll help me to make better plans on what I plan colour-wise for future plan with me's, because I'm going to try and make them a little bit more sensible. Well, or just more colour coordinated. Yep, so I'm going to outline everything in black, because I'm truly a millennial, and that's how I tend to do it. So, as per usual, I'm going to have my YouTube schedule, which this month I'm going to try and see if I can actually put something out on every day. It's been a little bit hapdash for the last couple of months, so I'm quite excited to literally just get everything planned. Now I've got my computer sorted out so that it's not full. I bought a hard drive. I've now sat and organised it. We're now cooking on gas, hopefully, and that will mean that I can keep going at the rate that I wanted to when I first started, because every time I do a week's worth of videos, I will make sure I update them to my hard drive, rather than just leaving everything on my hard drive, my computer, and wait for it all to fill up. So I'm also going to do my pantry checklist like I normally do. It just enables me to be able to keep an eye on what's in my cupboard, and I find that I'm spending less on food because I know what's in the cupboard and I'm tending to use it up. So I'm finding that I'm finding things to cook which is already in my cupboard, rather than just keep buying new stuff, which is definitely a bonus, because otherwise you just end up with stuff in the cupboards that you end up not using because you forget they're there, or if you're anything like me, you'll have stuff like piled in front of your cupboard, and then that means it just puts you off from going into your cupboard to get stuff. So I found that if I know it's in there, I'm getting much better at using it up, and it just means I'm spending less, wasting less, particularly in the fridge as well. So then we look at the freezer. The freezer I'm trying to eat down at the minute so that I can defrost it. You shouldn't have to defrost it, but I clearly am going to have to. And then I will then start looking at more sensible ways of cost-effective shopping. So that might not necessarily be buying everything in Tesco's. Might be by going to Iceland as well. Balance it up. As normal, we're going to have a spending tracker. I've also found that my spending has got better since I started looking into these trackers and writing down what I'm spending. I'm finding that I'm being a bit more mindful with my spending, which is what I wanted to do in the first place. So these spreads are all the same. I'm always doing these exactly the same way, so I'm just going to witter over them for you. So it does give me a bit of an opportunity to... I have had to do some quite extra things this month already. I had to get some more clothes for work, so I did have to do a Shein order. I try not to do Shein orders because I can get quite easily distracted on Shein, but it wasn't too bad. I survived. We survived. There's still money in the food budget for the end of the month, so it's all good. So yeah, other than that, I think it is helping my spending. Obviously there's always room for to get better. There's also room for improvement, but at the moment I'm quite pleased with the improvements that I've made just in the short time that I've been journaling, so I'm really pleased with that. It's good to focus on the positives, because otherwise you look at all the negative things, all the things I haven't done, but then you can look at all the things that you have done, and they may seem like small things. And they are small things, but the small things then add up into big things. And then, yeah, I'm just finding it all very exciting at the moment. Okay, so then we're going to go through to my books and films sheet. So I'm trying to read a lot more at the moment because I've started up a BookTok channel. I'll put the link in the description below. There's not much on it at the moment because I'm still working on getting this up to date before I can then go on to something else, but it is something that I really want to get into doing. I've got quite a few films lined up for this month as well, just purely because me and my friend are going to the cinema quite a bit. There's quite a few good films coming out, so like Fall Guy, The Planet of the Apes is coming out, and I'm very excited about the Imaginary Friends one. I don't know why I'm very excited. I feel like it's going to be my new favourite, even though it'd be very hard to outdo my current new favourite, which was Disney's Wish. I missed that one in the cinema, but I started watching it. I watched it on Disney Plus last week, and I'm just obsessed now with Star and the song I'm a Star. So you'll find that comes up a lot on my Instagram and a lot on my shorts, because I just love that so much. It's almost become like my listen to of the morning to get me motivated and going. Anyway, back to journaling, and I've got stickers now for filming progress, because otherwise I found that it was all a bit hapdash. I didn't know what had been filmed, edited, what had been put on YouTube or anything like that. So I've decided I'm just going to have a 2-page spread which will literally have the name of the video and how far I've got, so that I can see what's ready to go, what's nearly ready to go, and what I haven't really started yet. So I have these for my work videos as well, because I do a few training videos, but mainly they are for my YouTube progress. So I made these on Canva, and then I printed them onto stickers just to make life a little bit easier when it comes to sticking them in. So yeah, back to Disney's Wish. I'm now on the hunt for a cuddly star now, I've decided. I decided that I'm now all things Star. So I'm a little bit obsessed. Those that see me on a day-to-day basis, I'd run and hide if you're not into it, because I'm very excited. And also, I've noticed that Star is the same colour yellow that is in this month's spread. So it could be that at some point in the coming weeks, that Star makes an appearance, which would be amazing. Or I might just give Star their own and Asher their own month, because that would be exciting too. Okay, so now onto the weekly spread. This is where I've made the most changes this month. The main changes that I made is that I found that my habit tracker was a little bit of a mess. It was in a very odd order, and that meant it was harder to find things. So what I've done, and you'll see this come about in the next few minutes, what I've done is I have put it into morning, during the day and evening, because then that gives me quite a good list to just follow. It just means then that it's not quite so, where am I on the list, what have I done, is it at the top of the list, is it at the bottom of the list, oh dear I made a mistake, so out comes a Tipp-Ex pen. Doesn't happen very often, but occasionally, I'm not that great at counting. So I've got a morning, a during the day, which doesn't include any work things, it's only the things that I'm trying to do for my own well-being. I have a separate list for when I get to actual work. But that's things like household chores are on the during the day. So they're the things that I would do when I come home from work. Making sure I've had my lunch, make sure I've had my dinner, put my washing on, looked after the girls, even though, I do that. I feed them anyway, but that's more like cleaning them out and things like that. But it was just, and then evening is all the things that I do before I go to bed. I tried this last week because you'll see there's a week's gap. I wanted to test this before I put it on my channel. But I have found that over the last week I've been much more productive. I've done a lot more. I've coloured in a lot more boxes. I just think it's just more organised so you can find things. Otherwise you get to the end of the day and you think, oh, I didn't do that, but then I didn't know that was there to begin with. Or you knew it was there but you just couldn't find it. So each category can have a different colour. One of the main colours that I've decided to have in my monthly spread. I'm going to have my YouTube tracker like I normally do. I find that this halfway through the week, if I'm doing my habit tracker, I'll go, oh, I haven't done enough YouTube this week, and that'll try and drive me to do a little bit more. So yeah, I'm just going to label these morning, during the day and evening, and then my YouTube tracker, and then I'll colour those in as the weeks progress. Back to self-care bingo. This is going to be roughly the same as it normally is, except I'm going to give it a little bit of a different header, just so that the colour scheme matches everything else that I'm doing on my page. I've got to the point now where most of my self-care bingo stuff is pretty much the same every week, but it's important stuff that I need to do every week. And then I've decided I'm going to track TV series, because I'm trying to watch more stuff off my Virgin box. I'm trying to watch more stuff off of streaming and just keep up to date with things. Get off YouTube, as much as I can get off YouTube, and, watch a few things that I've been wanting to watch for a while. So, there's a new series of Grey's Anatomy, Clarkson's Farm has come back, and then I've got The Good Doctor on the digital box. And I want to start watching all these things. And it's a good way of keeping track. Otherwise, I tend to forget where I am going. So I decided to I drew my own little television off of a picture that I got off of Google. And the TV series wording is just basic bubble writing. But I literally drew around a cup. So that gives it the curve. I got that idea off of someone on YouTube. But I'm not quite sure who, because I've been watching lots of videos recently. But yeah, so then I can track what episodes I'm on, because half the time I seem to forget where I've got to. It's more important when I'm watching things on DVD than when I'm actually watching things on streaming, because streaming will tell you where you've got to. But I just find it nice to see that I'm crossing things off, and it's a different thing to track, and it's just interesting to see how much I've watched in a week. Okay, so let's have a look at the final flip through. Okay, so that's May done. If you like what you've seen, then please feel free to like, subscribe. You can see us on our website. You can also get All of the things that I've been using, all of the products I'm using are all listed on my website, and you can also follow us on social media, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care, guys.